Well, hi, good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday evening. It is October the 19th, 2022, and it's about 8:46 p.m. on the west coast of Canada, and that makes it probably 8:46 p.m. on the west coast of North America. So I am going to start by unboxing a few cars this evening, doing a tech inspection. I wouldn't call this a detailed tech inspection, but we'll have a look at some of the sort of basics, and then we will most likely, I will weigh the cars. I'll give a front and back weight distribution as well as an RPM at 10 volts. So thanks again to all of you for entering the 22-23 World Championship Proxy event. Appreciate you guys all attempting and working hard to bring your best effort forward. And I want to wish you all good luck. So hopefully, not hopefully, that's correct. Hopefully you'll have a great result and you'll enjoy the event. So without further ado, let's get started by taking a look at Super Slab's car. Alvain recently moved to closer to myself and he dropped the car off. So the car is not in a box, so I thought I would start by taking a look. It is a Porsche, and it is the Mizuna livery, car number 8, and it has some tape on the bottom. I do believe that is a Shark 22. Always very neat built. Nothing unusual about this car. It has the mirror. I noticed that one of the mirrors are missing. It has the correct inserts, and yeah, good luck, Alvain. Let's have a look at the weight distribution. For some other reason, the chair I am sitting on is very low, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. So I think I will stand up and do this. So car number 8 comes in at a 30.2 grams on the front and 52.9 on the back. And let's take a look at RPM. So at 10 volts, it runs quite smoothly. $29.50, 2,900. I went up a little bit. Give it another second. Let's call it 3,000 RPM. 3,000 RPM, car number 8, Super Slab. I don't see any technical or issues or infringements. All the vents are there. Car looks good to go. Car number 8. Next up is Slot Racer Hawaii, car number 26, another Porsche, running a long can. Like I mentioned last year, I really do like this particular motor. In fact, I tested it myself. It is very smooth, zero magnet, scale order 23K motor. I see mirrors are in place, I see the vents in place, I see the correct wheel inserts. We don't need to have the diffuser on the back as per the rules. It looks to me as if this car is legal and good to go. If I did miss something, I reserve the right to take another look at the end or after. Quite a loose body, and it has, interestingly enough, an NSR chassis, so it does not have the slotted chassis. We'll take a look first at the RPM. Running very smoothly, coming in. I would say on average that's jumping a little up and down. I saw a 3,500, I would say 33, 34. We'll call it a 3,400 RPM. We'll take a look at the weight. This car has no tape on the bottom. No, sorry, it does have a clear tape. And weighing in at 33 on the front and 56.9 on the back. And this will be calculated out with the weight distribution front to back and the total weight in the spreadsheet. So that is car number 26. I took the liberty of just cutting these boxes. The cars have not been unboxed. This is Dale Aloha from Hawaii. Dale just had a fantastic second place in the GT3 Proxy and has had some really strong results, and I'm sure he will have a strong car in the World Championships. So car number 4, his traditional number, is a Porsche 962, well packaged. This car has been here a while. So car number 4, we'll put it straight onto the scales. We have a 32.6 on the front and a 56.5 on the back. Car number 4. It has the mirrors, it has the vents. It looks complete and ready to race. It looks like the correct inserts. It has a Shark 22, that's the Evo Shark 21.5 on the bottom. It's a Sidewinder. It's a 32 black gear. I would assume that's a 11 tooth pinion, so it makes it 2.9-ish, 2.91 if I remember correctly. And doesn't need the diffuser. And let's take a look and see what kind of RPM. We'll call it a 3400, 33.96, 34.11, so let's call it a 3400 RPM. Again, I don't see any obvious issues. Independent front axle, and doesn't look like the front tires, they might be coated. If so, just a very light coating, but quite a hard front tire. That's car number 4, Aloha from Hawaii. Next up, who do we have here? There we have Stevie W from California. Steve has been a supporter for many years of our proxies, and he has entered the Lancia. That is, so I get these two Lancias mixed up. It's an LC2. I think the one with the sort of sides like that is the 85. Mirror is in place. vents are all there. Car looks complete from the outside. Those are the correct Lancia inserts. There's a few different inserts to choose from. He's running a Thunder Slot motor Sidewinder. Interestingly enough, no tape on the bottom. And that pink gear, I think that is a 33, but he's running a plastic pinion and the metal with plastic Sidewinder gear. So Stevie W, let's take a look. This is car number 5. This thing feels quite light, so comes in at 45.9 on the back and a 24.9 on the front, and RPM. We'll call it a 3000 RPM. So Steve has gone with a slightly different strategy, and that is a lighter car, a little bit less RPM. Otherwise, I don't see any issues with the car. Wheels are all tucked in underneath the body. Everything looks good. Next up, we have, so this is Steve from, sorry, I have, for some other reason, Alexa, cancel. So, Redliner has entered a Porsche. It looks like the same Porsche he entered last year, a 962. Looks complete with correct inserts. I need to check on those back inserts. I do think they are correct. I need to double check on those. I hope they are. Taped on the bottom, I can't tell you what motor that is. It's a Sidewinder. Very nicely polished tires on the back. And from what I can tell, I'll query the inserts. Those look to me as a more modern insert. Mirrors are correct. Everything else is in place. So let's take a look at weight distribution. Just to be clear, I don't say those are not correct, I just don't recognize those inserts. 17, car number 17 is a 29.2, front weight 51.6 in the back, and a 10 volt. Really fluctuating. Wow, it's really jumping around. I would, between a 3700, 4200, 4000. Not sure why we're seeing such a big variation in RPM, but I would say on average there was 4000, so that's a lot of rear wheel speed, very high, the highest this evening. Interestingly enough, it's an angle winder gear in what looks like a Sidewinder configuration. So that is Redliner. Next up, we have a newcomer, Oxo Cube from the UK. This car has been here for a very long time. Looks like the Jimmy Bean or Jim Bean livery, Porsche 956. From the outside, car looks complete, correct inserts, sidewinder with a Piranha 21.5 ball bearing motor, scale order guide, no tape. There seems to be the tow hook. We'll remove that, and let's take a look. Car looks correct from as far as I can tell. Car number 9. So weight on the front 32.6, weight in the back 56.4, and let's take a look at RPM. Well, that's a very high top speed. We're looking at around 46, 47. Again, I'm wondering if I'm having an issue with this dyno of mine. It's again jumping around quite a bit. I will just stop this for a second. See. It's definitely fluctuating quite a bit, so I'm not sure if these readings are accurate or not. I'll make a note and I'll check it afterwards. It's coming in at around 40. Yeah, I'm going to query this. It's coming in at around 40. Well, no, it is definitely not. Can't be correct. So sorry, there must be some sort of issue with this dyno. I'll have another look at this afterwards. Running very smoothly, and it is Oxo Cube, car number 9, first time entry from the UK. A couple more cars for this evening, and then I'll take a look at this afterwards. So who do we have here? ALS. He comes to us from well, unfortunately I can see right here that obviously those are not correct inserts for a Lancia. Not sure why that was missed. I do feel that was quite clear in the rules that we needed the correct inserts, and those wheels don't have any inserts. So that's disappointing. It is a Lancia, and it's a sidewinder with a Piranha motor, and it is let's have a look and see. So it weighs in at 46.3 and 33.9 on the front, and 54. Car number 54. I'll try this dyno one more time, but I do think we're going to have to perhaps. Well, that seems to be more consistent. It seems much more consistent. coming in at around 3,400, 3,300. Well, split the difference, give it a 3,400. Okay, so that is car number 54. And then we'll do one last one. I'll just check one more time on one of these that had the very big fluctuations in RPM. We're still seeing quite a... Let me check one of the first cars. So this was the first one. This was Super Slab's car, and I got a reading of around 3,000 RPM. Well, there definitely seems to be an issue, because it's actually reading a value, and it's not turning. So there must be some issue. Well, as I said that, it's still running exactly the 3,000 RPM, 2995, and it's running it very consistently. So I'm not sure if there's an issue or why those cars, car number 17 and car number 9, had such big fluctuations in RPM. And then lastly, we'll do one more car for this evening. This is Arnold's. Arnold's car was late. Arnold, I hope you're doing okay. Okay, so that is car number 53. It's a Porsche 962. Looks like it has the correct wheel inserts. There's some decals on it. Car number 53. It has a slotted 23K motor in it. And let's take a look at the weight. So the front is 30.1 grams, the rear is 53.6, and let's take a look at RPMs. And running quite consistently as well, coming in as 3,000, 3,000, 3040 thereabouts, so we call it 3,000 RPM. There doesn't seem to be any issue with this as well either. So we'll take one more look at car number 9, which was one of the ones that had the fluctuations in the RPM. No, still. Wait a bit. Sorry, just a last look. The vents on the back here is missing on car number 53. So there's an example of the vents that needs to be in the back. The reason for these rules are a couple. One is for the cars to have a more scale appearance, and because we are running a class with a limit on the motor RPM, we don't want people to go to any weight saving measures. So you know, we want to make the cars look as if they were the correct livery, the correct end type of car for when it raced, and we want to keep a more scale appearance, which is different than the rules that we made for the what was back the Group 5 cars and now the GT3 cars, which has more flexibility in the rules. So again, there's the Porsche 962 with the back vents. You can see those are missing. Here's another example. Oh, you know what, Harold, I'm going to have to apologize, because I do believe that some of these models did not have those vents. I'm going to have to double check, or I will have to ask you guys on the forum. Yeah, there's actually quite a few of these that do not have the vents, and I do believe from last year that some of these cars did not have the vents in the back. So I'm going to take this under review. I take back what I said before. Your car might be complete and might be correct. I will get clarification on that, and some of the guys on the forum, I'm sure they'll help us with that. Otherwise, I don't see, those tires are borderline on the back, but I don't see any issues. And those are the cars for this evening. So car number 8, car number 26, 4, 5, 17, 9, 54 and 53. We've got a couple of cars here that had some very erratic readings on RPM. And tomorrow night I will unbox a few more, and the plan is to get to run round 0 this coming weekend. So thank you and good night.